Hello everyone and welcome back to the Misgrade King's Vanguard channel, and today back again doing another video. This time is for deck profile for Oracle Think Tank. Okay, this is actually a deck that I picked up actually recently, like in the past 2 weeks, and okay. I mean, with the new release of BT-03 for the English release, I mean it just came out 2-3 days ago as of recording this video. I actually feel the need to do a deck profile for Oracle Think Tank because there are some small changes for the Imperial build. I will now say that I'm not playing the Magus build because I feel that that's I would say the less consistent out of the two decks, I guess, but I personally still prefer Imperial Daughter because of how consistent the whole deck is. So I'm gonna just go over deck profile. Obviously it's Protect Clan, you're gonna need Protect markers. I have like Misaki and Dardarian. Well, I think this is the first time you guys see Misgrade King playing a waifu deck, which this is the first time I'm playing a waifu deck in a sense. So yeah, okay. For starter of choice, I mean there's only one starter of choice. It's Lozenge Magus on right, draw one. I'm so sorry I can't afford IMR, I can't afford any high rarity stuff, so let's stick it to this, shall we? Okay. For grade 3s, it's actually really similar to, I mean it's the same as what we used to have from VBT-01, which is the 4 Imperial, your main engine, your boss monster. I will just go over the skill, but I'm pretty sure you guys already know it. So, on place, count plus 1. You look at top 2 cards, you select out one of them to put to hand and one of them to soul or to top deck. And if you read it over a grade 3, this unit get plus 15,001 crit, so it's a somewhat of a break, right, I guess, if you want to call it that. And X skills once per turn, so plus 1 give you only plus 6. Not really important, it's just there to make some magic number for some columns if you're missing some, so it can come in handy, but given the amount of cards, so that cards in the deck that requires, so I don't think you have enough resource for that very often. So running is at 4. I will say nothing less. Next is the 4 copies of CEO Amaterasu, the main grade 3 you still want to be on. X skill, count plus 1, draw 1, look at top, you can send it to board or leave it at top. So increase the consistency of you checking triggers, self-explanatory, same as what we had from before. Next, and also auto skill, whenever you look at top card of deck or something, you get plus 5k power. So it's a Vanguard slash Vanguard skill. So it's stackable, so it's one of your bigger attacker outside of Victorious there. So that's something you can keep note of, but you generally won't be calling that because you always want to keep riding that for the Protect marker. Unless it's for matchup like Axel or Murakumo. Namely Murakumo, that's one Protect won't actually save you. The larger column may be more effective, I guess, but not so. Next, 2 Victoria there. So XQ, so plus 2 grade 3s once per turn, but yep. So plus 2 grade 3, look at top 7. Discard 1 card from hand, that's the whole cost. Look at top 7 cards of your deck, you may review after 2 crits, you shuffle the rest to board deck, and you leave the 2 crit at top, and you hopefully get plus 10k power. Generally your main finisher, that's why I'm running 2 because of how little space the whole deck has. Because of the new stuff they want to be running, they're actually really good. So I would say it's fine to cut deer to 2 off, especially for me personally. I'm playing in a VBT-04 meta. I generally don't need that many, to be honest. Playing against Morocco. Okay, generally this deck actually has a very good matchup against any non-Exo deck until the VBT-04 release, where Muras you in. Okay, from my point of view, I've been playing this for quite a while. You instant scoop to new Murakumo. You have close to no answer to Murakumo unless they're breaking like hell. So yeah. So generally, just know that once you send a Vanguard, you see a Murakumo, you can probably just scoop the game playing this deck. But I mean, you can try. But from my point of view, is that it's actually a really hard matchup. Next is 4 copies of Rectangle Magus. I think that's what the name is. Placed on Rega Circle, count plus 1, soul plus 1. Look at top 2 cards of the deck. You add 1 to hand and you leave the other at top. And this unit, okay. And on Rega skill, whenever you check a trigger, this unit gets plus 5k power. So it's a 14k beast stick during your turn. And yep. So basically it's a free plus 1, a early free plus 1 on turn 2. It comes online as early as that. And you don't necessarily have to draw a trigger because you look at top 2, you see a trigger, you see a normal unit, you can leave the trigger there, you just draw a normal unit if you want to do it that way. But generally, it happens, it happens. You check 2 trigger and you are forced to add 1 to hand. But under that is a free +1. On place on Rearguard Circle, I would say it's a really good card. Definitely a 4th. Next is still a very potent card to deck, which haven't changed from before. It's his Promise Daughter. He has a continuous skill whereby this unit get plus 6k power if you have 4 or more cards in hand. And the second skill, which is actually not that relevant anymore, but it still is in some matchup. Basically, this unit cannot be retired on Rearguard Circle. So if you're playing against stuff like Narukami or Link Joker, they don't really care as much because they're binding away. So I guess it's borderline irrelevant in those matchups. But other than that, against Shadow Party, it's actually really important. If they're gonna use Gasbuster to retire too, you can just select this and you don't retire anything at all. So yeah. Next is this guy. I don't even know the name. I don't bother researching the name, I'm so sorry. But okay. Basically his skill is Soul Blast 1. You look at the top 5 cards of your deck, you can review after a great tree and you leave it at the top. And you shuffle the rest, put it at the bottom. And yep, and this unit get plus 5k power if I'm not mistaken. Now basically for deck, I'm personally running this option, but because previously I was running on 10k vanillas, which is not 10k vanilla, 12k vanilla. Basically what you want to do is 12k vanilla is basically there for any potential rush matchup. Like, I mean, for those English side, I think the closest thing to a rush deck, I guess, is Narukami, I guess, if that's considered rush. So the 12k base is there to like stop the rush, so if they want to hit you, they had to overcome it. Something like how 10k base were back in the day, in G era, where people start playing like 7 runners, like poke you for 9, poke you for 9, you're playing blasters like poke you for 19 by another 5k card, then you know. No, generally, okay, but for now we are in a slightly slower meta, which like deleters, like slowing down a bit, but the 12k vanilla isn't as important as having your grade 3 right consistently. You are still playing a deck that needs a lot of grade 3, like if you are stuck on Amaterasu for too long, you're kind of breaking, I guess. And if you're stuck on one Promise Daughter for too long, Promise of Imperial Daughter for too long, you might want to see one again. So I'm personally running this at 3 off because it's there to help you fix your ride and to help you consistently ride up to grade 3 like almost every other turn if you can get it off. That's why I said that the X skill isn't as relevant because you're also mainly for her and her because they are free plusing engine. Well, maybe not plusing engine with this, but you get the idea. Next, moving on to the grade 1s, which okay, never mind. Let me just do the explaining. First up, we're running 4 copies of Tetra Megas, if I'm not wrong, that's the name. When you have Grade 3 Vanguard, if I'm not mistaken, Grade 3 Vanguard, is it? Yup, Grade 3 or greater Vanguard, I guess. You may counter +1, you draw 1, you choose a card from hand, you put it at top. Critical trigger and put it at top. You have to declare it, so yeah, so you can't like secretly like put any random stuff, but that's illegal play, I guess. Okay, what you can do with this card is you can counter +1 and you can draw 1, and you can declare to your opponent that you do not have a crit, and you don't put anything. So in some situation, it's a free +1, and so yup, if you don't want to put in the crit, it's fine. But generally, depending on the matchup, you might want to. So it's a free plusing engine as well if you want to look at it that way, or it's a guaranteed, or it's a pseudo victorious deal. It's a really good card at that. So if you haven't seen your deck for quite a while, you could always have this to like thin out your deck in a sense and put some crits. So on turns that maybe you didn't ride up your Imperial Daughter or see your Amaterasu, you have this as an option, as a guaranteed crit, if you want to look at it that way. Next is 2 copies of this. I am so sorry. I don't know what on the Mega's name. I'm so sorry. Basically, on place you can look at top 2. You can top 2, then you leave it back so you can rearrange. So what you can do is you started your on right draw 1. Basically, you can book both on standby depending on what you want to do. Both works. You won't know what's gonna come up. So you can just look at these top 2 first and decide what you value more, and then you put it back on top. Then you draw the one that you, in a sense, you need more at a given moment. That's one thing you can do with that. This card, so cards that you want to see early, I would say is definite 4 off. That's why I'm running 4 of this. And this is girl as well. The same reason, another card I want to see early on. Basically, it's the same skill as the grade 2 I gone over earlier. Just that, on place, Soul Blast 1. Look at top 5. if review up to a grade 3 and you leave it at top and shuffle deck. So what you can do, same thing, you can both go on standby on right. You can, I mean, if you already have a grade 3, you don't have to do that, just draw and go ahead. Then if you are missing grade 3, you can like or missing your ideal right target, which is your first right is Amaterasu, you can Soul Blast 1, look at top 5 and you stack a crit. Not stack a crit, stack grade 3 on the top and you, in sense, you draw that grade 3 with Lost Maker skill. So, oh yeah, not to mention the power gain is +2 and the +5 for her is only for a, on Rhaegar Circle, now I remember already. So you don't get a +2 on your first turn, I guess. Now I'm running all of these at 4 off because I personally feel that there's nothing much you can actually change out with grade 1s. At most you can drop one of these Tetramegas for a promo which will be given a while later, which is basically a grade 1. When your Vanguard being attacked, if I'm not mistaken, you discard a protect marker from your hand and you give your Vanguard plus 10k power until the end of that battle. But that card is a good one-off tag as a counter to the Mura matchup. Not really a counter because you're already in a disadvantage. But it gives you some form of answer to that matchup. So yeah, because generally this deck, I don't run on Gemini, that's why. So you may find yourself in some situation whereby you run out counter blast because you eat through so many of them at once. So depending on how you do it, you may have to manage your resource carefully, if that makes sense. So yeah, gonna run it at, for now I'm running at this. So other than that, that's the only potential change I'll be making to the deck. Nothing much actually. Next, I don't have to explain much. It's actually really cookie cutter for any OTT deck you want to play 8 crits, because of how many cards that rely on crits, namely your Victorious Deer together with a, who's that called? Tetramegas? Yeah, Tetramegas. And next is your 4-Jaw Negate. I don't know why this card spike up in price. It's like currently 12,000 yen on Big Web. 1200 yen on Big Web, so it's kind of expensive. And finally, you got your 4 heal triggers. So that's about it for today's deck profile. If you actually liked it, you can just leave a like. I'm so sorry I haven't been putting up any content recently because I have been going around playing shop challenge, premium shop challenge, so been my only chance to experiment any premium tournaments if I want to over the next 1 month, because generally premium tournaments don't happen very often locally, so this is my only chance to test out any tournament wise. So yeah, that's about it for today. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.